we should see some very nice separation of the different pigment colors. Now, to do analysis of our results, what we're going to want to do is to measure the distance traveled by each pigment. Let's pause here for a moment. So I want to measure the maximum distance traveled by the water and then by each different pigment starting at the line drawn on the paper. To be fair, we should be comparing the distance traveled by the water starting from the same point where the pigment started traveling. So we'll measure all of our distances starting.
Any questions you are having from here? So basically we are going to put that mixture. The water will start or any other liquid which is there will start rising upwards. It will separate out this mixture. This method of separation is called chromatography. The other definitions that are important over here, this definition is very important, which is RF value. RF value definition is the ratio of distance traveled by the component by the distance traveled by the solvent front. Solvent is the liquid which is placed. Okay, so this is the definition of RF value which you are going to take down. RF value, this is distance traveled by the component. It means that that particular dye divided by distance traveled by the solvent front. Okay, now here you see there are different substances which travel different distances. Okay, you can see here X, Y, and Z. Solvent front, Z is the distance traveled by the solvent front, and X is the distance traveled by component P. So the RF value of component P will be X upon Z. This is your distance. I'm showing it. This is from where the experiment has begun, the baseline. Solvent front has traveled up till here, so that is distance Z. This substance P has traveled this much distance X. So X divided by total distance traveled Z. This is giving me RF value of substance P. P is here. Same way, this substance R has traveled this distance Y. So Y divided by total distance traveled divided by that total distance traveled is distance traveled by the solvent front. So Y upon Z will give me the RF value of that substance R. So this is the definition that is there. You are going to take down that definition, and the separation of these components will be done by the process of chromatography. I'm going to write that answer down, then I'll give you time to copy down everything, whatever I have sent and marked. So the procedure that is used over here is chromatography. Okay. Glycine R has a lower RF value. Okay. So explanation of this is different RF values, separate them on chromatographic paper.
So procedure, we didn't write anything.
Procedure is not asked. Chromatography, that's it.
We don't
Chromatography.
definitely put the chromatography paper in the beaker and that all.
No. Chromatography is sufficient. Because it's just a 2-mark question. 1 mark is for explanation and 1 mark is for the procedure. If it would have been a 3 or 4-mark question, then you would have been explaining, and that part is going to come in ATP. This is theory question paper having one mark each. So according to that, you have to write the answer. Take this down. Afterwards, I'll give you time what to copy from the part that I have sent. If you have any questions, that also you can ask, and then we'll proceed on to the next question.